Mayor of Newham, is here with us. Great to have you here. And how did you feel today? How was the overall environment and the vibe in the East London Community Heroes Awards?
So firstly, thank you so much for having me here and my colleagues, Councillor Carolyn Adaja and Councillor Rohit Sculptor. And we're so thrilled to be here. It's been a real evening of magic and inspiration. And we're all so thankful for the work that the Stratford Rotary Club does for the communities and the people of Newham, and the way in which you've been able to mobilise so many important stakeholders who do magical things every single day to transform lives. So it's been really amazing, hasn't it?
It's been really, really good.
Yeah. And any thoughts from you?
Yeah, no, it was really, thank you so much for inviting us today. And I think it's really good to know the kind of work that you're doing in the community.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that Rokhsana mentioned in her speech is, that there are so many acts of kindness. And I think what we've seen today in this room is there are so many people doing such amazing work in the borough.
Yeah, brilliant. Rokhsana, yourself, you're such an inspiration. You're one of the few achievers that we have seen, and we are all very proud of you. But I just want to quickly ask you, there's so much of work that's been happening in East London, right? What inspires you to do what you do every day?
Oh gosh. Do you know, it's just really simple in so much as my people and the community that I've grown up in inspire me every single day, and they are the thing that motivates me to jump out of bed, because all of us will have the hardest of days.
Yeah.
And notwithstanding life's challenges, we just never lose sight of actually what we're here for, and our purpose is our people.
Yeah.
And that's what motivates all of us as part of the administration. I feel genuinely deeply privileged to be serving in the way that we have been allowed to by the people of Newham, and I feel privileged to be working with such an amazing team. But also it's a real inspiration for me to see the sense of community and humanity that actually exists in Newham, and for us to be able to shine a light on it and enable and facilitate it, because I've always said, and we always believe, the council alone can't do everything.
Yeah.
And people make places, and for all of us, Carolyn, for Rohit, for me, the rest of the cabinet, and the entirety of the council, the officers, be they the chief executive or our corporate directors or our frontline workers, we're just really committed to our people. Brilliant. You inspire us every day.
Brilliant. And you're one of the biggest boroughs in East London, and we know London is moving east, and that's one of the slogans that we hear a lot. So how do you see East London growing in the next few years, and how do you see the communities are growing? Like, we have plenty of communities. East London is like mini world, right? I mean, I live in East London as well. I do have the privilege very close to you, and my kids go to Langdon Academy, so it's in your borough. So how do you see the East London growing, and what's going to happen in the next future?
So I would say very much so that London isn't moving east, London is east.
Okay, that's
brilliant. And the epicenter of London is Newham. You would expect me to say that. No, but seriously, you're absolutely right. London is magical, but what makes London so special, but particularly Newham, is the diversity and richness of our people. We have some 242 languages and dialects spoken.
Yeah.
We have literally communities in our borough that have a connection to every single country in the world.
Right.
And that is our power as much as it's our purpose. And over the coming years, we've got so much that's been happening that we've been marshalling since May 2018, because we were committed to transforming the lives of people, but also transforming Newham. We're sick and tired as people that love Newham, for Newham to be denigrated and seen as a place that is viewed as negative and dark, and quite the reverse. It's beautiful, it's magical, it's energetic, it's full of hardworking people that want to be able to contribute to the world around them. And that's the reason why, for instance, we're going to be bidding for becoming the London Borough of Culture in 2025. And what we're saying is that Newham is the beating heart of London's culture, because that's absolutely the case. And we've got so much that has arrived in Newham. We've got the Royal Docks Enterprise Zone and millions of pounds being invested in the Royal Docks, the collaboration between the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, here in Newham, through myself and the council, It's some £350 million over a 20-year period. All the money that's collected through business rates going back into the neighbourhood, and we've got a vision that is so radically different to what has been accepted as orthodoxy. We don't want orthodox. We don't want business as usual, because we know we live in some of the most challenging of times, but in a world that is just so fast and rapidly changing. We've got disruptive technologies, and the world that we know it is changing. We need to be thinking and future-proofing Newham and London through the way in which we're equipping our kids and our people with the skills of not just tomorrow, but today. The future world of work is changing. The advance of technology, automation, will mean that the lives that we lead right now that we're used to will no longer exist. Who would have thought
Very
12
disruptive.
months
Yeah.
AI would have been a thing that everyone talks about,
Right.
GDP, but
ChatGPT,
now everyone's talking
Yeah.
about it.
True.
And the way in which technology and science is shifting paradigms of how we can be living, but also what that will present us, because we may not necessarily have all of the jobs. In fact, the evidence and the research points to literally 60% plus of the jobs that we're used to will no longer exist in about 10 years.
True.
So
true.
we're doing a combination of future-proofing Newham through, for instance, establishing and entrenching a network of all those innovative clusters, and we're going to be transforming East Ham Town Hall to London's first data campus, because we want to seize the opportunities for our people now, but also for our future generations, because we are nothing without our people, and we have amongst the brightest, brilliant young people that are coming out of primary school, secondary school, including your children from Langdon, you know, with amongst the best results. And we've got to give them an offer, because we want them to spread their wings and we want them to fly, realise their potential, achieve their dreams, but we don't want them to fly and leave Newham, because we would be a deficit if that happens. So we've got to create opportunity and excitement. And then we're also got the East Bank in the Queen Elizabeth Park. We've got world-class institutions. We've got the Sadler Wells Institution, BBC Music Studios. We've got University College London that opened a few months ago. World-class university here in East London. Actually, not just East London, in Newham, in our borough. Who would have thought about this 10 years ago? So the future is really bright.
It's very inspiring, and it clearly shows you how much you love the borough, and it's very clear.
Love it.
But I think it's personal question for me. Now, I lead the Rotary of Docklands. I'm chair of Rotary Docklands.
Brilliant.
So I do have a question, because we do want to work with the councils, and you know, we want to make sure we give hand in hand, we go hand in hand with the council. So if you have to ask you one top priority for you, I know you said a lot of things that are changing, but if I want to pick up like the top priority for you, one or two, if you have to close with that, what would be your top priority in the next year or so?
Top priority is obviously housing, the housing crisis. We've got to absolutely address the shocking catastrophe facing so many people that are living with such fragility in terms of a roof over their head. So that has to be my number one priority. And also opportunities for our young people.
Makes sense.
We have a borough where we have 38% of our resident population under the age of 24. We need to provide them opportunities. So I would be asking this of businesses, including those businesses in the Royal Docks, please open yourselves to our inbuilt homegrown talent. Be colourblind.
Absolutely.
Be not discriminatory. Pay the London living wage. And provide our people with opportunity, be it work experience, shadowing. Our kids' future is not a greasy spoon cafe. It's not bricklaying. It has to be science, technology, engineering. But we also recognise that our kids nowadays enjoy and are interested in loads of things. So we shouldn't turn our back or close the door on kids that may not, you know, follow the traditional route. Not everything is about going to university. Skills are so important. So please be open to all of our young people.
I'm super glad to let you know, we actually are working on a mentorship initiative.
Brilliant.
From Rotary of Docklands. So we will work with you.
Brilliant.
And we will work on the future workforce, and that's our top priority. I'm super glad to know we all actually are working together already. So great. High five. Thank you so much, Rokhsana. Thank you guys. Have great fun for the rest of the evening, and amazing to see you here. Looking forward to see you again in the next year as well.
Thank you
so much, guys. Thank you.